Hello and welcome back to Nerd Doc. In this video, we're going to explain the main plot points of The Boys Season 3, Episode 7, including Black Noir's cartoon hallucinations that help explain what happened to Soldier Boy. There will be spoilers for The Boys Season 3, Episode 7. If you have any questions about the episode or Black Noir, leave a comment below and we'll respond as best we can. There are also chapter timestamps so you can jump around the video as you'd like. Overall, this episode is fairly easy to follow, but we wanted to take a quick look at Black Noir and his cartoon hallucinations throughout the episode, as well as some of the other main plot points. Noir goes to an old abandoned Buster Beaver's pizza restaurant, which is basically like a Chuck E. Cheese. He most likely had fond memories of this chain as a child, which is why he finds solace in spending time here alone. Of course, he's not really alone either. As he sits down, he's surrounded by cartoon animals who he converses with at various points during the episode. These cartoons represent Noir's subconscious. They're the result of the head trauma he suffered when Payback was attacked and Soldier Boy was taken, along with what is likely a bit of childhood trauma as well, because almost every character in The Boys has some hefty childhood trauma. Anyway, the cartoons tell the story of what happened when Soldier Boy was taken, as well as offering some insight into why Noir is the way he is. Through the cartoon version of Payback, we learn that Noir originally wanted to be in Beverly Hills Cop, but was turned down due to Soldier Boy's meddling. Later in the episode, we discover that Vought wanted Soldier Boy out of the way to make room for Homelander. This is a bit different from the comics, where Payback and the Seven existed at the same time. In the show, Payback came first, with the Seven coming later, taking over as Payback faded into obscurity. On Vought's orders, the rest of Payback attacked Soldier Boy and eventually took him down, although they were heavily injured in the process. In the post-credits scene, all the cartoon hallucinations take a bow. This has a couple of different meanings. For one, it means that Black Noir has decided how he wants to handle Soldier Boy. It also means that his subconscious has healed just enough to allow him to at least partially move past the severe trauma he suffered at the hands of Soldier Boy. Finally, it's also foreshadowing that as the cartoon show has now come to an end, so has Black Noir's time on The Boys. The other notable plot points in this episode were Butcher's past with his brother, Kimiko's decision to take Compound V again, Victoria telling Homelander where he can find Ryan, A-Train back in good health, at a price, Starlight finding out that V-24 is terminal, and of course, MM's DMX shirt. Starting with Butcher, his father was abusive, but Butcher protected his little brother Lenny as much as he could. When Butcher had had enough and decides to fight for his country, he leaves Lenny. Lenny begged him to stay so he wasn't left alone with their father, but Butcher didn't think it would be as bad on Lenny as it actually was. It was so bad, in fact, that Lenny ended up committing suicide, which Butcher blames himself for to this day. Butcher even thinks he's just like his dad, which is not actually true. As much as he tries to hide it, Butcher cares deeply about his team. Kimiko wants to take Compound V again so she can be strong and helpful. Before, it wasn't her choice, and she hated what they did to her. This time it is her choice, which makes a world of difference. As opposed to being abused by her captors, forced to take Compound V, she is now empowered by that choice. Victoria tried to put Homelander in his place, similar to how her father, Edgar, handled him. Unfortunately, Homelander has had enough of that and threatens Victoria, but she makes a deal with him in which she gives him Ryan's location in exchange for help with the political campaign. Victoria knows where Homelander's son is being hidden because of her close ties to Vought and her political position. This means that Homelander will have direct access to Ryan and be able to bring him up in his own image. Instead of Ryan being the one person who can stand against Homelander, there may now be two Homelanders that the world will have to deal with, especially with Butcher trying to distance himself from Ryan earlier in the season. A-Train survived his encounter with Blue Hawk, but his heart failed him. The doctors at Vought gave A-Train Blue Hawk's heart in order to save him. While not confirmed, it's possible that A-Train doesn't actually have Blue Hawk's heart, but Ashley simply tells him this as a way to control him more. Either way, A-Train has a new heart and is healthy again. Starlight discovers that V-24 kills in 3 to 5 doses. Huey is close to being terminal, while Butcher is already a lost cause. Annie tells Butcher this information, but he keeps it from Huey, partially because he knows it will remove the confidence that Huey has finally found. Butcher doesn't want to take that away from him just yet, but he's also not going to allow Huey to take too much V-24 and die. And as we mentioned in our previous videos, when MM is working with the boys, he's always wearing a 90s rap t-shirt. For this episode, it's DMX, likely honoring the fallen rap artist who passed away early last year, right around the time The Boys Season 3 was filming. So what did you think of the penultimate episode of The Boys Season 3? How do you think the season is going to end? Let us know in the comments below. For now, that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who loves The Boys.